Sis to sis.
Hi guys, welcome back to Sis to Sis. This is a bit of a casual discussion, something which, a topic that has been coming up amongst our friend circles and things like that. With everything that's going on with lockdown, I think a lot more people are communicating online, on the phones, things like this. What we wanted to know, is it possible for a man and a woman to be in a casual fling, entanglement, situationship, whatever you want to call it, and not catch feelings?
Well,
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's something that's been floating about as in conversation.
I don't think it's possible, but I don't think in these times it's likely. I think with how people feel about themselves and how people are feeling emotionally, people's well-being and mental health, I think if you connect with someone right now at the moment, you're going to, one of you at least, is going to form some sort of connection, because it's like we're in survival mode right now. And although a lot of people don't want to realize that the world in which we live in has changed drastically, and people want a soul tie. People want someone to go through this.
They want to find their soulmate and all of this.
They do. Like, it is panic stations.
Yeah.
So, but I think what's going to happen if things do lift and lockdown does ease up and clubs and bars open and cinemas, etc., a lot of people will be left kind of floundered, because they thought what they thought they had within this time is something different. I think. I don't know for sure, but I think online dating apps like that must be at their all-time high.
DMing people, things like
getting
that,
in
all of
people's
that
inbox and all the rest of it,
and all these sorts of things are probably most definitely on the rise, if not already up there.
Well, they say women's toys have been on the increase in sales, so I think people are just trying anything to get through this, and I mean anything, I mean kind of a connection, kind of still having their pleasure and relationships, really.
I think men, as we spoke about before, I think men, being very physically led creatures, are probably more likely to be able to actually engage in certain activities without catching any feelings. They're also able to kind of pull away a lot more without sort of any lingering feelings. Not all, some. But I think women as emotional creatures, emotionally led, I think even there are some women who like to consider themselves alpha, like to consider themselves one of the lads, think that they're getting into the same things that kind of guys do. But actually, I think at some point along the line, the goalpost changes.
Well, we're the receivers, to be honest with you. Like, we you know, this is us. This is men. Like, literally, they're external. We're receiving. So I think in that respect, when we receive, we get it. You know, that's what
we're left holding on to the
we get
energy and emotions.
And they can withdraw, and they're external, they can be gone. A lot of men do catch feelings, depends on the type of woman they're involved in, and it depends what that woman brought to them, whether that woman was able to inspire them, uplift them, encourage them within that time that they got to know them. But even if men catch feelings, they can kind of hide their feelings more and move on, because time heals that anyway, you know. But I think for women, they can harbour a bit more, a bit longer. I don't know, because I've never actually had a male friend. Like, I have had male friends, that sounds a bit wrong, but within my having a relationship as well, I've not had like a male close friend then to say that it's been totally platonic, and you know, you can actually withdraw and just be friends with a man, or just quickly withdraw. I kind of, for me, intimacy is intimacy. I can't kind of separate sex from intimacy.
I think a lot of people can't. I think, I don't know if we've spoken about it before, but we do know that sexual intercourse, sex is a sacred energy exchange. You are mixing your energies. You are going to come back with some form of that person, some form of their...
the energy transfer is real. I just realised that I don't even think we can say SE on
Okay.
YouTube, because we
Okay.
might actually get cut. But so we're going to be a bit more careful when we're kind
Okay,
of talking
yeah.
about intimacy. But
Yes.
yeah, you're right. Soul ties and relationship ties,
energy
exchanges is something unreal. And
Yeah.
even that, like when I think about like topics like when people bring third, fourth people into their relationship,
Yes.
I think even if people do it with all the best intentions to multiply, to go forth and multiply, or that kind of aspects, I still think that you don't understand that you're not just bringing somebody else personality in, you're bringing their soul into something else. Even if people are, for whatever reasons, secular reasons, want to have an experience with a third person, or more than that, or flings or swings.
About polygamy?
Well, polygamy was how I started, but I'm just talking about even if you have open
Okay.
relationships, or you have swings and flings and things like that. Like what people don't understand, well, what I think a lot of people don't understand is what you receive and what you get there. When we talk about energy connections and what you give off and you receive and transmit, like all that is actually spiritual. So, and I think it's a spiritual transition and transaction, and some people feel very wrongly about that. I mean, very differently, not wrongly, because no one's wrong in what they believe, but some people will feel very different to me. But me personally, I don't know if I'm capable of being able to do that transaction.
In generalization, I think not everybody, again, everybody's different, but I think once your chakras are open, once your sacral chakra is open, your root chakra, and that potential, that sensuality between two people, you know, emotions are flowing. I say emotions in the moment, the passion then. I think that whole, as you said, intimacy, that lust, that, I guess the physicality of it, the caressing, the looking in the eyes, the touch, the feel, the smell, the senses, all these things. I think it's very hard to differentiate between, or to separate the physical, as you said, from the feeling, if it's gone on for a certain while. I think everybody's different, but I think at some point that's
us being in our women. That's us being in our heads, because
they'll be like, nah, of course you can.
Exactly. If a man was here, I'd be like, I'll tell her what I need to tell her, because at the time that's how I felt. It was sweet, you know, I needed to get something and but we're here listening to it, singing in it, reminiscing on the conversation. So I think we do get in our heads a lot. So I don't know if it's easier for women or men to do. I think it's harder for women to do it, to be honest with you. But it happens all over the world. I mean, it happens on a regular basis. But, you know, I think you've got to be upfront and open. As you said, consenting adults need to be respectful adults as well, and considerate adults, and, you know, need to be grown. Really, if you're going to do grown up stuff, then you need to be grown up about it. And if you're gonna catch feelings, know that you're allowed to catch feelings, if you know what I mean. So you're not the person left. But
keep it, I wouldn't say tidy, but like if you know someone's gone into it, the two people have gone into it, it is what it is, cards have been laid on the table. Don't allow it to get messy to the point where
it's emotional.
You want to stalk the person. You're just, I don't know, you've gone overboard. When actually, when you went into it, you kind of knew what it was. Not saying some things develop, some things change, some things grow, but just keep your head on your shoulders, keep your wits about you.
That head.
That head. Keep your wits about you, and just know that, as adults, you can change your feelings along the way, but be vocal, be open, be honest, say what it is. Before
people get hurt,
people
basically don't need to get hurt.
So
and it's going to be February the 14th. You know,
some people a lot more entanglements and situationships and
So guys, we send you love. Well, I don't actually do Valentine's Day as such.
Neither do I, really.
So even acknowledge all the history of it and all sorts. But you know, if you do it well. Do it with someone you love, even if that person, if it doesn't include the, you know, do it, you know, have your loved ones around you, you know, don't get into a situationship.
Or entanglement.
Or any kind of ship. Don't get on no one's ship, just because it's the 14th of February, because the next day is the 15th of February.
Chocolates are half price. Half price love
So,
the following day.
Exactly. So have fun, be safe, take care of yourself, love yourselves, guys, and love yourself hard.
Self-love, self-love. Set the standard for all the other love that will come into your life by having self-love.
Okay, take care, everyone. From Sis to Sis, we love you.
Bye.